After decades of colonial influence and its lasting consequences, Rwanda entered a period of deep political tension, social fracture, and growing instability. Divisions that had been institutionalized in earlier eras did not disappear with independence. Instead, they were reshaped and reused for political gain. By the late 1980s and early 1990s, Rwanda was facing severe economic hardship, population pressure on land, declining living conditions, and unemployment created widespread frustration. At the same time, demands for political reform increased, challenging the long-standing one-party system. Rather than addressing these problems through inclusive dialogue, some political leaders chose a different path. Extremist ideology began to take root within parts of the state, the military, and political movements. Fear was deliberately cultivated, and identity was transformed into a political weapon. In 1990, the war between the Rwandan government and the Rwandan Patriotic Front intensified political polarization instead of uniting the population against violence. Radical voices portrayed the conflict as an existential threat, using it to justify repression and exclusion. The Arusha Peace Accords, signed in 1993, were intended to end the war and establish a power-sharing government for many Rwandans. The accords represented hope, but for extremist leaders, peace posed a danger. It threatened their control, their ideology, and their influence. Behind the scenes, preparations for mass violence were already underway. Hate propaganda expanded rapidly. Newspapers, political meetings, and most powerfully, radio broadcasts were used to spread dehumanizing language. Ordinary citizens were told that their neighbors were enemies. Fear was normalized, violence was justified in advance. Youth militias, including the Interahamwe, were trained, organized, and armed weapons were imported and distributed across the country. Roadblocks were planned. Administrative structures were prepared to coordinate future actions. Lists of targeted individuals were compiled long before the violence began. Local authorities were involved. This was not spontaneous chaos. It was systematic preparation. The international dimension of this period cannot be ignored. France, a key ally of the Rwandan government at the time, provided military assistance, training, and political support, even as signs of impending mass violence became increasingly clear. Decisive international pressure was absent. United Nations peacekeepers were deployed in Rwanda, but with limited mandates and insufficient resources. Repeated warnings from commanders on the ground were not acted upon. Requests for reinforcements were denied. The global community hesitated. Diplomatic caution outweighed moral urgency. On April 6, 1994, the plane carrying the president of Rwanda was shot down within hours. The machinery of violence was activated, roadblocks appeared, communications were coordinated, the plan moved from preparation to execution. What followed was not an eruption of uncontrolled anger. It was the implementation of a strategy developed over months and years. As killing spread across the country, one initiated front known as Impunity began reorganizing its forces at access to Maduro. They faced immense challenges, limited resources, international isolation, and a rapidly deteriorating humanitarian situation. Their stated objective was clear: to stop the massacres and restore order. While the world debated terminology and responsibility, Utopia geared for a decisive military effort. This was not simply a struggle for political power. It was a battle against annihilation and silence. This moment marks a turning point. The stage was set for confrontation, intervention, and ultimately, the fight to end genocide.